Welcome to my session about dynamic rebranding in DITA, scaling content for co-branding experiences. So, myself, I'm Rakesh Konda, a solution architect with 13 plus years of experience in enterprise content platforms, including large-scale AEM and AEM guide deployments. Today's conversation is for any team out there managing complex multi-platform content challenges and looking for a smarter, scalable way to deliver. So the agenda for the meeting is we're going to talk about the business challenges faced by business out there, and how one can decide AEM guides is a solution, and what happens when you implement the AEM guides, AEM in action, and the outcome of the implementation, the impact and results. We're going to walk through all the 4 scenarios today. First, let's talk about the business challenge. So, modern businesses are expected to deliver fast, personalized, and helpful content. Customers want answers now in their preferred format and on their preferred device. At the same time, internal teams are being asked to do more with less, more audiences, more platforms, but fewer resources. The challenge becomes, how do you meet rising expectations while staying efficient? Businesses must serve direct customers, partners, internal employees. You have many different stakeholders, many different kinds of audience who need the content. So delivering the right content to the right audience at the right time has become critical for every business out there. Content play isn't going to be a website. It's feed, PF, chatbots, mobile apps, product US, and even PA automation. Every channel has its own rules, formatting, constraints, and multiply that by multiple parts and if you have a product that partners, you have users that sell name product, the automation needs the multiply. So without structure, things fall back on copy-paste workaround, which are scalable and certainly are not suitable or even sustainable. There is a lot of current complexity across channels. So, the CMS landscape, the for change, many organizations, they have too many content management systems because they acquire products. Each product comes with their own documentation and their own documentation source. So you end up too many content management systems, Psycho or Conf42, depending on what each systems are using or if product comes with. And every company has multiple brand requirements and inefficient process already in place. Not modular enough. Tribal knowledge like star knowledge, not physical but creator and needs right to have deliver on channel in for your partners and to different platforms like I was saying earlier. So many organizations they are still looking on mix of outdated CMS tools and old publishing processes with lack consistency. And with any semester, you can't often duplicate platforms whenever you need update product documentation. It becomes some task and without realizing the bending consistent skin and skin becomes a bit bottleneck. What's needed is shift a structured, centralized, and automated content model. That's where DITA and AE guides come. So planning delivery everything. There's many in parts, each part come with a different requirements. Parts need the documented to be delivered in PDFs and required to be delivered in JSON format or required in HTML form. So with rebranding, co-branding, or reselling with titling, each of it brings a different problem a different way to deliver rebrand, deliver the product documentation, omni-channel in different formats or puts to be delivered. So let's say you have a partner who's selling product. Your product is in the SAP or ChatGPT or the good technologies they will resell it, but with different name. You can call it DTA or AI if you ever name that the part one sell with. Now you write product accumulation, you write GPA shipping ChatGPT in month. But when you deliver the document in first part, all part names need to be replaced, part terminology need to be replaced, and sometimes like you actually require follow and brand guide. Like nowadays, how ET Vodafone, like telecommunication company out there that do real our product. So each brand has a own branding. So our product and architecture have to change, resin, change the color, change logos, and deliver the documentation. Also, content information needs to change, and things may also change, right? In a part sell the product, you may have different features, and when you sell the product, you have a good set of features. So there is a fair gap, and the definitely need to reflect. And on time, perhaps is do not and if they fly, the list parts good as you spot below in you have some pattern in Africa you have it in parts, so each part like the volume is go by a lot. So if you rethink about this content challenge and if you are trying to solve for this as a team or multiple teams try to gather and solve it, right? What I would say is tackling this challenge starts with alignment, right? Stakeholders need to surface the real issues, whether it's version control, branding gaps, or inefficient reuse. Clarify goals across teams, forecast growth, because if the content systems aren't built to scale now, they'll collapse later or very soon. You may not even realize how soon that is, the way things are changing now. So also focus on operational efficiency, agility, data-driven decision making. That's the foundation for content systems that grow with your business. So the CMS sprawl is real. If your organization has multiple CMS platforms, multiple branding updates, or inconsistent publishing processes, you're not alone. And this session is one of those steps that you can take to solve for it. So, modern content demands unified governance, automation, and intelligent reuse. A shift to a smart content architecture, and that's where you begin your road to AEM guides. Like I was saying, a modern system must start with a single source of truth, not too many CMS systems, just one source of truth centralized. From there, it should also support modular, reusable content blocks, automated brand controls, and multi-channel publishing. This is exactly what DITA plus AEM Guides delivers. It's not just about writing, it's about publishing intelligently. You get a single content management system, an omni-channel distribution. Your content is consistent and the maintenance is centralized to one source of truth. So why AEM guides? When you are shopping, like you look for certain set of features, right? When choosing a platform, you have to look for four things. One, structure. Two, scalability. Three, omni-channel capability. And the ease of use. And then if you're trying to bring in new producers, new content creators, the learning curve should be like minimal. It should not be too difficult for them to start using the system because you may start with one team, but it may grow to multiple teams. So AEM Guides provides all of that with the added bonus of native data support, partner-specific customization, and seamless delivery options. It allows you to manage everything from one place and deliver anywhere. So the answer is very clear. AEM Guides it is because it provides all the answers for the challenges that modern companies with complex content challenges face. So how it all works. With AEM Guides, your content lives in DITA topics. Each one is reusable, modular, and adaptable. DITA vals on one side filter content for different audiences. Conditional attributes allow you to control what appears for which partner or which platform. Key maps automate brand swaps. It's one content set that dynamically gets assembled and delivered. So with a system like this, you get modular content structure. You can rebrand dynamically for n number of partners. Because it's modular, you have topics that gets assembled into maps. You can reuse and reduce duplication. Your content assembly is like a Lego blocks. You take each module topic and try to build, assemble, and then create that user guide or that troubleshooting document. And with this, you also get better version control because it is built on top of AEM. AEM comes with a very good version management tool, and the maintenance is streamlined. Updates are reflected across all content. It's reused content, and the ecosystem is all unified with a better enhanced authoring system and a great user experience. So let's take, like I was saying, let's take this example where you have a product that multiple partners sell. You take this example of like AT&T selling your product with a name, and then Vodafone selling the same product with a different name. And obviously there is a feature gap. AT&T may get a list of features and Vodafone may get a different set of features. There is a product gap, and as your product may also behave differently based on platform. For Android, you may have certain set of features. For an iOS, you may have a different set of features. So your needs for customizing the content grows with all these factors coming into place. So if you look at the dynamic rebranding in practice, let's say partner A wants SmartMeet as the product name, and partner B wants to call it Global Connect, right? You use key maps. Each partner gets their own key map, and you say product name is SmartMeet for partner A, and product name is Global Connect for partner B in their own respective key maps. And that key maps take care of the dynamic product name swapping. And let's say they want a different logo, different UI screenshots, even a different support contact. It's all configurable within your key maps. No content duplication required. The kind of smart branding logic, this kind of smart branding logic scales effortlessly. And omni-channel output with one source. When you write documentation, you keep your first customer or the first product, or your main product in mind. So one source, but different outputs, right? Structured content allows you to output to HTML, output to PDF, output to JSON, or let's say your chatbots want it in a different format, you can deliver with ease. Each format pulls the same content, but tailored via presets. The output presets for each of the channel needs. I may have one output preset for Vodafone, another output preset for BT, and another one for TELUS. Depending on the partners, your number of presets grow, but the scale also grows, and it's easy, one click and your output is generated for each of these partners. You write once, manage centrally, publish confidently to every touch point. So how to use DITA vals? Let's say there are, like I was saying, there are certain features only apply to, in this case, Avaya, right, one of our partners, and there is certain features that does not apply to Vodafone. So you have a feature name, you call it an attribute, and then you exclude. You have a set of DITA val file where you configure all your includes and exclude by brand rules, And in your output presets, you can link these data values. So depending on which output preset it is, it can easily include and exclude that piece of content, and therein you get the control by feature, right? You can deliver different outputs for different partners with a smart use of data vals, key maps, and multiple output presets. And in this example, if you look at this, I have a product overview for each brand overview written in multiple different ways for each of those partners. And for each of these sections, you can tell the first one applies to partner XYZ, and the second one applies to a different partner. And that audience attribute allows you to pick and choose and assign a piece of content to a specific set of audience. That is how you use attributes for different partners and link. It's like tagging the content by audience. So with a mix of all this, you have key maps to manage your dynamic product labeling needs, tagging needs, and then you have data files to control where each of this content goes and what you show based on platform or audience or partner. And you have output presets to generate different kinds of outputs, PDFs, HTML, or JSON, or ebooks, right? So once you have a system like this set up in AEM guides, the impact is going to be amazing. The results are going to shock you. What takes months may take few days to get the same output with and without. So someone wisely said, content isn't the king, it's the kingdom. And with the way the digital content is growing, it's of utmost importance today, now more than ever. So let's say you go ahead with this solution and it's time for celebration. Like you have solved for the challenges that you plan to solve, and all happy faces, happy stakeholders. So benefits wise, if I go into the benefits, right, organizations that implement this model, they report faster time to market, lower error rates, and smoother partner onboarding. Content is always up to date. Branding stays consistent. Teams spend less time fixing and more time innovating. The system scales without scaling the workload, like fewer resources, more output. And things to remember, if you're dealing with content silos, inconsistent branding on multi-channel pain, this approach is built for you. Structured authoring gives you flexibility. Smart rules give you control, and AEM guides give you the tools to scale. One source, many faces. Deliver fast at scale. So that's everything I want to cover. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I will. I'm always happy to answer. Thank you.